2, 1. Oh, all engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
What stage are we at in regards to crypto, right? Whether we're talking about Bitcoin, VeChain, Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, yada, yada, yada. Where are we at right now? When do we know when it's harvest time? When do we know when we should be pulling out and getting out? Get out now. It's a joke. I'm playing. It's a bad joke. No. We are entering that season right now, okay? And that season is, it's almost what I would call 4 waves, okay? Or 4 different cycles. We're gonna go up, bam, then up again, bam, pause a little bit, up again, pretty good up, bam, pause again, and then the finale. And that finale is pretty epic. So, again, this is not financial advice, but seeing it from where we've been and where we're going, there's a lot of profit to be made. Now, even for certain cryptos like Chainlink, even recently as VeChain from 0.0029 to 0.006 something, and it's right now, just kind of dancing around there. And let me just continue with VeChain before I get into, iExec, RLC. And guys, this usually I would do a live stream with all this information or just talking about it, but I got banned because of that whole Tika thing. I started naming some coins, and I didn't even name, I don't know, I tried to do it in a way, but whatever. So I can't do live streams for like a couple of months. So this is basically a live stream, So I'm just kind of like freestyling the whole thing, whatever is coming to my head and just talking about it. But again, talking about VeChain, the price of VeChain, that where it should be at before those 4 waves should be at least at a penny, 2 pennies, 3 cents, 4 cents. So even at this price, we're still lagging behind, which if you're buying is very bullish. Whether it goes to 5 to 6, well, at these, it's almost like talking about Bitcoin, relative to 10,000, 6,000. I mean, of course, you would rather get in at 6,000, but when you see Bitcoin at 100,000, it does do a little bit of a different, because you would love to get to 6,000. But again, comparing 8,000 and 6,000 when Bitcoin's at 100,000 or around those levels, or 60,000 or 70,000, it's not really that big of a deal. So that's what I'm trying to do here with VeChain, to let you know. And I do want to get into iExec, RLC as well. So let me take my time here. VeChain, sitting at 3 cents going into those 4 waves, would take it, in my opinion, around 50 to 60 to $1, around there, 50 cents, excuse me, to $1 range. All right, so where we're at right now, again, to me, it's in a bull market, it's very undervalued. Now, just shifting to iExec, RLC, and a lot of people are still sleeping on Ethereum. And that's okay. It'll wake up and people understand. I'll talk about iExec right now. iExec, RLC, ticker symbol RLC. I apologize. If you're not aware of it, I've been tweeting about it. Is that the word? Tweeting or posting it up on Twitter. Let me put it like that. And you've got others as well. You got Mr. Monopoly, the blockchain baron. I give a lot of credit to them. Just very, very high acumen, especially with cryptos, and Mr. Monopoly with iExec, RLC. But guys, this thing has just been pumping, and I'll even tell you that Mr. Monopoly is telling me $2 by the end of the year. And that's, again, remember what I preferenced this video with the 4 waves of, the booms, okay? Some might have 5, some are different, some are set for a different course, like a Chainlink. It's probably had already a really good boom, but right now it's settling. And even though right now from $1, I think I got in at 1, almost like that ontology. I know it was like 160, 170 around there. And now currently I saw it today at $3. But iExec RLC is one of those you should be looking at. should be looking at. You should be paying attention, researching. If you're not following me on Twitter, it's 007, MacMac007. And for those of you who are in my private group, you should be well-versed on all that iExec, RLC. You know who's taking care of us there with all that information. So, I mean, I was sold with the Intel, Microsoft, Bank of Santander, Chainlink, and others when they collaborated and they were talking, and iExec was like the main piece there. And of course, then the blockchain baron giving me some good information, Mr. Monopoly giving me good information about iExec, RLC. I got in around 20 cents, mid 20 cents. It's sitting around 75 cents, and I could see this thing just, especially now going into the bull market. And I strongly believe the bull market starts sometime after the Bitcoin halving, and then we'll see another move up, and then we'll catch another. We'll stay a little still, then another move up and another move up. So with that being said, we can see something like iExec go from 70 cents to like $10. Right, or to like $12, $13, $14, $15, and just maybe even peak at $20-something to the, in this whole bull market run. So we're talking about something 70 cents. I got in at 20-something cents. So this one's going to be really interesting for me. How long I'm going to hold? I hold a lot of different coins. I'm with the blockchain baron. I don't have that tribalistic mentality. Of course, one of my favorites is VeChain, and VeChain is just very special, right? It's a very special crypto, and I recently heard a YouTuber post something up on Twitter about VeChain. And this is not a knock on him or anything, but no YouTuber can bring down a price. Guys, what happened with VeChain, and I think I've been very descriptive, informative of what took place with the price. If you haven't, check some of those videos, try to listen to it again, and I think I've given it to you without really giving it to you. I think you should be able to understand about that, what happened there, and moving forward. Again, since I am talking about VeChain again, I really don't see why not 50 cents to $1 around those ranges when it's all said and done for this bull market. All right, and then yes, okay. Again, remember, this is not a normal video. This is like if I was doing a live stream. Again, we're going to have a crash. Okay, some cryptos will definitely die off with that crash. VeChain won't be one of those cryptos that will die off. VeChain is already solidified and just a monster of a business, of a technology, and with the partnerships. And when you think of VeChain, think global. All right, globally. All right, so don't be too scared about that. So again, there's going to be price corrections, and that's fine. But make sure you take some profits. I mean, if you're in at these levels, anything at like around 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, even 5 cents. Depends how much you got. Depends. Everybody has different game plan. You're going to be making profits. Again, this is not financial advice, so don't take it as financial advice. I have to say that. Don't get mad at me. Now let's shift to AGI, SingularityNET. SingularityNET is going to come out with some information relatively soon. I really cannot understand how it's just really going through a lot of people in the sense where they're not really paying attention to SingularityNET. Artificial intelligence, blockchain technology are very, very well sought after. There's a hunger for this. There's a race for this. And when you got them connected as something what SingularityNET is doing, ticker symbol AGI, it's almost mind-boggling how people are not really taking advantage of the price of SingularityNET. It's almost the same thing as seeing a VeChain at these levels. It's one of those you're going to be thinking back to yourself, like, what the heck was I thinking? Come on. Artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, Dr. Ben Gortzel, Hanson Robotics, Sophia, all these things that you see it, all the partnerships, what they're doing in China. It's all there. You just got to do the research. When the time comes for this thing to really take off, it's it's bye-bye. It's too late. That train left. That boat has sailed. I mean, whatever cliche you want to use, when the time for SingularityNET to take off, it's going to be just one of those, like, why didn't I have a bag of this? Why am I not holding some AGI here, sitting at 2 cents? And just seeing all-time highs at $1 something. And this is a real legitimate company doing major things, especially lined up with the things that we've been hearing about, talking about in the future. Yet it's not that very far away. Why don't I have a bag of this? I should know. If I'm involved in cryptos, I should have at least somewhat a bag of AGI, because when it goes, it should be one of the cryptos that actually flourishes. You know what I mean? So that's one of those you really should be holding. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about MATIC Network, and I've kind of been quiet about MATIC. I will tell you that I do talk to MATIC quite a bit, and they are, like I mentioned to them, I said they're freaking monsters, man. And I said that, listen, I mean that in no disrespect. I mean that in the most brilliant manner. They are hard-working freaking monsters. They are everywhere. They're talking to other cryptos, and I can tell you this: they got 40 projects already in the pipeline to be on the MATIC platform. Again, I speak relatively. I speak to them quite a bit, and they're part of my private group as well. In my private group, I have very interesting. There's also Representative Rudy Bauman from Digibytes in the private group. We got some other cryptos. I'm not sure about Safe Haven. PlanChain, of course, PlanChain. Hey, I'll just give you some interesting news here. Maybe a little peek behind the curtain, but PlanChain's talking to some pretty interesting cryptos. I mean, maybe you can connect the dots, but PlanChain's pretty interesting, man. PlanChain is pretty interesting. So keep your eye. Oh, as well, we got some representatives of OceanEx in the private group as well. We got some YouTubers. We got a couple of my favorite YouTubers in that group. We got some really good crypto enthusiasts and just people, interesting people in that group. But just talking about it, let me go back to MATIC. Again, this is not a normal video. I have no set goal to talk about something. I'm just basically freestyling, like if it wasn't a live stream. This is my live stream goal, by the way. MATIC is interesting in the sense of the price. Where is MATIC Network going to go when it gets listed on Coinbase? I'll say that again. What is the price of MATIC going to be when it gets listed on Coinbase? Is it going to shoot straight? Is it going to do like a really big boom to like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 cents? I don't know. I can't tell you that. But I do believe it's going to shoot up quite a bit. It should hit at least 5 cents, 6 cents, I believe. Okay. And again, I do expect, I'm not saying that anybody from MATIC has said anything to me. This is just my opinion. We don't talk about things like that. So, but I'm pretty sure we can put 2 and 2 together. So we're going to talk about the future in the present tense when MATIC does get listed onto Coinbase. What would the price be? I don't know. That's something very, very interesting. Right now, we're seeing it dance a little bit, but I believe it wants to shoot up, and there will be a pump when it gets listed onto Coinbase. Just my opinion. So we don't know when that will be. We don't. Again, this is not financial advice. It's not any insider information. No one has leaked anything. I'm just saying, when it does happen, we should see a price surge. And hopefully we see it on OceanEx. That's all I'm going to say about that. I would love to trade it on OceanEx. What else should I? Oh, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about OceanEx. One of those exchanges that is really up and coming. And I speak to some individuals in OceanEx, and it's very true. One of the statements that was shared with me, that OceanEx coming out in probably one of the worst times to come out during the harsh crypto winter, and what they are doing is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm going to save a lot of the OceanEx information for when I start doing. It's just going to be OceanEx content, and I will be doing it with some pretty knowledgeable people pertaining to OceanEx information that they have on OceanEx. So that'll probably happen once or twice a month. Where I'll have just an OceanEx, content. But guys, I will say this: VeChain takes off. I think it's kind of. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would really strongly think and believe that OceanEx will take off as well. I like the burning tokens. I like what they're doing with the IOs. They're doing some interesting things, and it's a step by step process, and they're really building. And believe me, when I speak to them. When I say them, the people that know about what's happening with OceanEx, and you'll see what I'm talking about moving forward when I start bringing out that OceanEx content. So I'll just leave it like that. Just give you a little bit of a bone to chew on for quite a bit. Again, this is not a normal video. This is you can tell that this is like a live stream. I'm just basically inserting things that are coming to my head, and see, this is where I can really leak out some information sometimes because it's not really like I'm just things that are coming to my head and I'm just putting it out there. So these, to me, the live streams are where you really get some good information out of me of things that I do know. That I might have heard or I might have discussed something, but yeah. So should I talk about Ethereum right now? I'll talk a little bit about Ethereum, and then maybe I'll close it here. I said this about Bitcoin, and I'll say this about Ethereum. You need to. How do I put it? I can't say it like that. I'll say it like this. This is just the way I think. I need to hold some Bitcoin, and I most definitely need to hold some Ethereum. I think you get what I'm trying to say. You know what? I'll close it with Chainlink because I'm not going to go too much into Ethereum. I think I kind of allowed you to. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Chainlink is some. There's a few who really don't like it that much, but I just like I said with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'll say the same thing with Chainlink. I need to hold some Bitcoin. I need to hold some Ethereum. And I need to hold some Chainlink. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes on AGI. Keep your eyes on iExec RLC. Remember, please, about VeChain. And I'm not saying please, like, please buy VeChain. No. It's more like please for you to please, hopefully don't miss out on VeChain. Again, not financial advice. Some people have asked me about Player, and I'll say this about Player. I like Player. I really do. I don't talk too much about Player because I don't have that source that can really help me out with Player, what's going on. I'm kind of like shut off from there, so I don't talk too much about Player. But the sources that I get from other cryptos and other things, then I talk about. But I'm not against Player. I'm just not going to talk as much about Player. So like I've said earlier, I like the niche. And I like the partnerships, but I don't know what else is going on back there. I don't know if they're, I really don't know. Okay, like I know more. Believe me, I know a lot more about Chain and what's coming for Chain than I know about Player. So keep your eyes on Chain. All right, I'll just say it like that. But of course, I do hold a lot of different cryptos. Okay, so just because I don't speak about it doesn't mean I don't like it, or I dumped it. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, Bitcoin Cash. That's another one that I played at $100, and I've kind of done some little trades here and there with Bitcoin Cash to accumulate some more other cryptos, but I still hold a good amount of Bitcoin Cash, and I expect Bitcoin Cash to at least to reach its previous all-time highs. All right, which certain exchanges have it at certain different prices, but I'll use the lowest one, which is like 3,300, 3,400. So at the very least, that's what I see for Bitcoin Cash. Okay, you know what? Live stream over. It's going way too long, guys. And this is not like a live stream, so just wanted to just put a lot of crypto information out there, talking about certain different cryptos, but time flies. I literally can talk about a lot of different things that are coming down. But hey, we'll close it here. So till next time, stay blessed, be blessed. You already know.